There is so much happening in the Ethereum universe right now. The fundamentals are so strong. We just keep seeing incredible stories coming out. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about a key Ethereum metric that just flipped Bitcoin. Twitter is using Ethereum, absolutely incredible. A new Ethereum ETF application has been filed in the USA, and big money is increasingly taking a notice of just what the heck is happening in the Ethereum verse. My name's Lark, and I want to start off today's conversation by talking about this amazing statistic. So Ethereum had about 200,000 more daily active addresses than Bitcoin on Sunday, June 27th. So it was, of course, right earlier in the week. This is only the third day since January 1st, 2017 that Ethereum had more active addresses than Bitcoin. And you can see on this chart, we've had Bitcoin kind of trending down basically most of the year, where Ethereum slowly but steadily trending upwards. There's so many reasons that we're seeing more and more people getting on board with Ethereum. There's just so much more you can do on Ethereum compared to Bitcoin. With Bitcoin, it's pretty simple. You get Bitcoin, you hold on to your Bitcoin, you wait for the number to go up. You escape fiat. But there's not really a lot you need to do besides that. And a lot of this Bitcoin movement is people moving Bitcoin on and off exchanges for trading and stuff like that. But with Ethereum, there's just so much more you can be doing, right? You can be doing DeFi or buying NFTs or sending stable coins or whatever else you might want to do on Ethereum. So many opportunities. But what's interesting too, of course, it's not just Ethereum that's seen a big uptick in users, but also the Polygon network. We had another big announcement today. Balancer has launched on Polygon with $10 million rewards program. Now, Balancer is a really big Ethereum-based decentralized finance protocol. So this is yet another really big DeFi protocol integrating with Polygon. This is incredible. We've seen so many of the absolute biggest decentralized finance protocols integrating with the Polygon network, Aave and Curve Finance, Balancer now, a lot of others as well. We, of course, still have some really big and prominent outliers. I want to see Bancor, I want to see Wire and Finance, and I want to see frickin' Uniswap. Man, come on, Uniswap. What's going on here, dude? Get on board the Polygon train. All the cool kids are doing it, man. Let's go. But this does, of course, show the demand for Ethereum-based applications without having to pay the crushing fees. Because even though the fees for Ethereum have been pretty low recently, they're still unacceptably high. Let's keep it real. If you're using Polygon, you can actually access the majority of the best Ethereum-based applications, but every transaction will only cost you a fraction of a penny. It's no wonder that we've seen the daily users on the Polygon network absolutely freaking exploding. Here we are talking about a day where Ethereum crossed over Bitcoin in terms of those daily active addresses. What about Polygon, man? Oh, holy cow. We are seeing just a flood of users coming into the Polygon network right now, surpassing Bitcoin, surpassing Ethereum, because people want access to all of this cool decentralized finance stuff. They just don't want to have to pay 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 bucks in fees in order to do that. So the Polygon network continuing strong, the Ethereum network continuing strong. Of course, those guys, perfect symbiosis between those two networks. Polygon is a side chain for Ethereum, essentially a layer 2 solution for all of these different decentralized finance applications. So this is great. Now let's talk about this Twitter news, because this is really, really big. Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey, famous hardcore Bitcoin maximalist, using Ethereum. Twitter has given away 140 free NFTs. I mean, you get them for free, but let's keep it real. This is the first generation release of NFTs that Twitter has ever done. I would imagine that these are NFTs that will, in the long run, maintain some value, because this is Twitter's first ever NFT release. But what this indicates, Twitter is using Ethereum. So in spite of all of the rhetoric from the CEO, Jack Dorsey, about, Bitcoin's the best thing in the universe, all that stuff, Ethereum sucks, yada, 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 here is the reality. Twitter still has not, of course, bought Bitcoin for their company reserves, although Jack Dorsey's Square has. But Twitter is using Ethereum. Now, it's not to say that Twitter's gone out and bought a whole bunch of Ethereum as a strategic reserve asset that they're going to hold on to for a long time. In all reality, they, probably could have got away doing all 140 of these NFTs and sending it out to everybody with only having had to buy a few $1,000s worth of Ethereum. So it's, not like they've just invested $1 billion into Ethereum or something like that. But here's the reality. They're using Ethereum. And I think that's a really, really big deal. Twitter is one of the biggest social media platforms in the world. Now we have Reddit that is using Ethereum, and we have Twitter that is using Ethereum. Big stuff here. Very, very exciting stuff. And of course, you might want to ask yourself the question, well, if Jack is such a big Bitcoin maximalist, well, why didn't they issue out these NFTs on Bitcoin? It's a good question, isn't it? The reality is that Bitcoin offers much more limited functionality when it comes to doing things like issuing out NFTs or doing decentralized finance. In fact, all of the Bitcoin DeFi that we're seeing right now is all done on layer 2 or on side chains. It's not done natively in Bitcoin because Bitcoin doesn't have the best functionality for us. Oh, there are limited contract functionalities with Bitcoin, but if we want to talk about releasing an NFT, you're not going to do that using Bitcoin. You're going to do that using Ethereum, which is exactly what Twitter did. Why? Because all of the marketplaces like Rarible and OpenSea, whatever else, Super Rare, all these NFT marketplaces, they're on Ethereum. Oh, sure, you could do it on Binance Smart Chain or something like that too, but the NFT verse right now predominantly is an Ethereum thing. So this is great news. I'm excited to see Twitter using Ethereum. Maybe we'll see them doing some more stuff with that in the not so distant future. Next, let's talk about our newest Ethereum ETF application. I know we talk a lot about the Bitcoin ETF applications. There's 13 Bitcoin ETF applications in right now. But here is another Ethereum ETF application. So we had our first Ethereum ETF application about 2 or 3 months ago. Obviously, that has not been approved yet, but we do have a new Ethereum ETF application that has come out. Fantastic. Now, what happened in Canada? I think this is instructive to talk about. What happened in Canada, we saw Bitcoin ETFs be approved first. Shortly thereafter, we saw Ethereum ETFs getting approved. So now Canada has 3 or 4 Bitcoin ETFs and 2 or 3 Ethereum ETFs. Fantastic, amazing. I think we're going to see a similar situation happen in the United States. So these guys at Skybridge, pretty clever, right? They're going to get in and hop on the Ethereum train. Well, everyone's out there fighting for the Bitcoin ETF, and to be clear, Skybridge also put in a Bitcoin ETF application. But while everyone is out there trying to get their Bitcoin ETF application, they're going to scoop in and grab an Ethereum ETF probably shortly after the Bitcoin ETF is approved. This is a big deal. When we get these ETFs approved, it's going to unleash a wave of incredible liquidity into these markets. So if, for example, the SEC were to approve just 2 or 3 Bitcoin ETFs this year, maybe 1 or 2 Ethereum ETFs, that would immediately mean that all these traditional investors, all these big funds, et cetera, who are just never going to go out and buy Bitcoin or Ethereum off the open market, are now going to have the ability to easily put a Bitcoin ETF or an Ethereum ETF into their retirement accounts. That's a big deal, right? So you can get Bitcoin and have it be tax-free for your retirement. If you're a long-term believer in these assets, that's exactly what you're going to do. A lot of people are going to just want to invest via their brokerage account, even if it's just for shorter term speculation. These assets are going to be a big deal for bringing liquidity into the market. So great to see another Ethereum ETF application coming through. And to finish up for today, let's talk about Ethereum 2.0 and Ethereum staking. So Ethereum 2.0's staking contract is approaching 6 million staked Ethereum. That is a lot of belief in the ETH 2.0 network and in the ability of developers to deliver on the ETH 2.0 network. So you have to remember, when you lock your Ethereum up in the staking contract, that's a one-way trip. Goes in, doesn't come back out. And yeah, you can use a third-party service like Lido, which will give you a proxy token that you can then trade out, etc., etc. But for the most part, we're looking at a one-way trip here for this Ethereum, the native Ethereum, not the tokenized versions of the staked Ethereum. That's on a one-way trip. So we're seeing a lot of people putting a lot of money and a lot of faith in the ability of the Ethereum developers to deliver on Ethereum 2.0, which I'm a complete believer that yes, we are going to see the team deliver on ETH 2.0.